Hi, Charlie here, and today I want to talk about the 25 hours of community service that's a requirement of the Travis County DWI pretrial diversion program. Now, I have put a lot of clients through that program, and it turns out that the community service is quite difficult for my clients to complete. So I wanted to do the community service myself, sort of as inspiration to you, and you can sort of see me doing it and realize that, well, if Charlie can do it, I can do it. I did it in like 5 or 6 different places. You, of course, don't have to do all these different types of places. You can just choose one and do it there. I sort of wanted to give you a little taste of different types of community service available in Austin. All right, I finished my 3 hours. I did cardboard box breaking down, which sounded like it was going to be easy, but it was not. It was really hard work, but good. It was pretty intense, really, and a lot of fun. I get to use a trash compactor, apparently completely unsupervised. So I'm going to put all this into there and then smush it. All right, I'm about to start 2 hours of community service with Keep Austin Beautiful, and I signed up for it online. It was super easy, and today we're going to be cleaning like a creek. All right, I'm done in the kitchen. I got my 2.5 hours there. It was a lot of fun. In fact, I ran into a client who was working on his, and we just chatted and worked and packed vegetables and weighed things, and I mean, it was hard work for 2.5 hours, but it was really enjoyable. All right, I just finished 3.5 hours of the Inside Books project. It was super cool. You get letters from prisoners, and they'd ask for books, and you'd go sort of look through the library and see how close you could get to what they wanted, and you mail it to them, and you also write a little personal letter, and it was very fun. Time flew by. All right, I just finished 2.5 hours, and I was sorting food and making sure it was all good enough to be put in boxes to be delivered to people. And here's my sheet. They had these sheets there, so I didn't even need to bring one, and it was a lot of fun, actually. All right, I'm about to start my 4-hour shift at the Restore, which is a retail part of Habitat for Humanity. I've been tasked with cleaning this rug area. Alright, I'm pretty proud of what I've done so far. One thing I did is I went and I got a new piece of wood right there because they were missing that. So, fixing up my... Alright. I'm here to pick up my first, they call it food rescue, which is for Keep Austin Fed. Alright, I'm here at Urban Roots, about 8:30 a.m. This should be the last of my community service to hit my 25-hour mark. I've never done this before. I'm a city guy, so farming is a little out of my wheelhouse, but we'll see how it goes. All right, I'm done. It was really fantastic. Look what you get to take home with you. Got some broccoli and radish and lettuce. All right, so I didn't have a document for them to sign, but I just wrote out on this receipt, Charlie did 3 hours of community service, and it was signed by one of the guys that works here, George, and he put his phone number. So this will be sufficient for the court. Plus I've got all these pictures and videos of me doing the work, so no one's gonna argue that I didn't do it. Okay, that's me doing 25 hours of community service. Now, really, if I can do it, you can do it. Okay, I'm super busy just like you, and it was hard to do and find the time and stuff like that, but it can be done. And it took me about 3 weeks to do it. In Travis County, the easiest one to do was the Central Texas Food Bank. Okay, their website was fantastic. There were shifts all day long, and you could just sign up easily. I signed up for one in their parking lot at one point. Another takeaway I had was that I really enjoyed chatting with people, okay, and I was lucky to meet a whole bunch of people during this process, but it did occur to me that this would be a great thing to do with one of your friends. If you can convince your friend or family member or something to come join you, there's just a lot of opportunity to do work while chatting, and that just made it fly by. All right, I hope this is helpful and that you start your community service as soon as possible, because they're not going to let you out of the program, or they're not going to graduate you until you have that done. Unfortunately, that could mean that your ignition interlock device is in your car for longer. So I definitely encourage you to do this community service as fast as possible.